All right, so today we're going to really take a deep dive into something kind of cool. I think we're going to be looking at what it takes to be a project coordinator intern.
Oh, very cool.
So, if you're out there and you're maybe prepping for an interview, you're listening to this, or maybe you're just curious, like, what does a project coordinator even do?
Right.
We're going to break it all down, and we're going to use a pretty unique source to do it.
Mm.
We're actually looking at a set of sample interview questions and answers for a project coordinator internship.
Ah, that's interesting.
Yeah, so it's kind of fascinating how much these questions and answers
Mm.
actually reveal not just about what they're looking for in a candidate,
Right.
but also the day-to-day reality of what the job is.
Yeah, it's like a little sneak peek behind the curtain.
Exactly. We get to see the skills and the challenges all laid out and how they answer these questions.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's not just interview tips.
Right.
We're really getting like a real-world glimpse
Exactly.
into what a project coordinator actually does.
Yeah, and even if you're not aiming for the specific internship, a lot of the skills that pop up here are valuable in any field where you're working on a team or you're working with other people.
Okay, so let's unpack this a little bit. One of the first things that jumped out at me was the emphasis on project management software
Mm-hmm.
in a lot of these sample answers.
Yeah.
They specifically mentioned Trello, Asana, Microsoft Project.
Yeah, it's definitely a sign of the times. I feel like these tools are becoming more and more essential
Right.
for keeping projects organized and on track,
Does that mean you have to be like a tech whiz to even apply for this role?
Not necessarily. I think while familiarity with those platforms is definitely a plus,
Okay.
the answers also highlight the importance of things like clear communication, problem solving.
Right.
Like you can have the fanciest software in the world, but if you can't explain your ideas clearly
Yeah,
or navigate kind of tricky situations with your team, then you're not going to be very effective.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
Like having a state-of-the-art kitchen, but not knowing how to cook.
totally.
So let's talk about some of those soft skills.
Mm.
One of the questions that caught my eye was about handling conflict between team members.
Ooh, yeah, the inevitable interpersonal drama of teamwork.
Right.
It's interesting how the sample answer emphasizes active listening and finding a mutually beneficial solution.
Hmm.
But what does that actually look like in practice? So let's say you have two team members who are butting heads over a particular task.
Okay.
A skilled project coordinator would first try to really understand each person's perspective.
Right.
Why are they clashing? What are their individual goals?
So it's not about playing referee and like dictating a solution.
Right.
It's more about mediating
Yeah,
and helping them find common ground.
exactly. It's about facilitating a conversation where everyone feels heard and respected. And sometimes that mutually beneficial solution might involve compromise from both sides.
Right, because ultimately the goal is to keep the project moving forward,
For sure.
even if there are some bumps along the way. But what if the conflict is really escalating?
Uh-huh.
Does the project coordinator need to step in as like the enforcer?
Yeah, that's where that delicate balance comes in.
Hmm.
You want to be supportive of your team members, but you also need to protect the integrity of the project.
Right.
Sometimes that means knowing when to escalate the issue to a supervisor or project manager.
Okay, so you're not always the one making the final call,
Right.
but you do need to be able to recognize when a situation
Yeah.
needs a higher level of intervention.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that brings us to another crucial skill for project coordinators,
Hmm.
and that is prioritization.
Yes.
In fact, one of the sample answers specifically mentions using the Eisenhower matrix.
I was hoping we'd get to that. To be honest, that name sounds a little intimidating.
It does sound very official.
What exactly is this matrix all about?
So it's actually a very simple but powerful concept.
Okay.
It's a way of categorizing your tasks based on two criteria: urgency and importance.
Okay.
So imagine a grid with 4 quadrants. Urgent and important tasks go in the top left, important but not urgent in the top right,
Okay.
urgent but not important bottom left, and then neither urgent nor important in the bottom right.
Oh, so you're basically sorting your to-do list into like different levels of priority.
Exactly.
I can see how that would be helpful when you're juggling multiple tasks and deadlines.
For sure. The Eisenhower matrix helps you to avoid feeling overwhelmed and ensures that you're focusing your energy on the things that really matter.
So it's not just for project coordinators.
No.
This is like a life hack.
It is a great tool for anyone who wants to manage their time effectively.
I'm already thinking about how I can apply this to my own life. But let's get back to this internship.
Okay.
We've talked about communication, conflict, resolution, prioritization. What other key skills emerge from these sample answers?
Well, one that comes up repeatedly is adaptability.
Okay.
So several answers mention dealing with unexpected changes,
Right.
which suggests that a project coordinator's job is rarely predictable.
Yeah, one answer even talks about a team member dropping out of a project last minute.
Oh, yeah?
I can definitely relate to that kind of pressure.
It's a classic scenario, and it really tests your ability to think on your feet.
Oh, yeah.
But what's interesting is that the responses all kind of point to a similar approach.
Okay.
Assess the impact of the change, communicate clearly with your team and stakeholders, and adjust your plan accordingly.
So it's not about freaking out when things go off script.
Right.
It's about having a process for dealing with those inevitable curveballs.
Exactly. And that ability to stay calm and solution-oriented is a hallmark of a great project coordinator.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got
It's communication,
conflict resolution.
prioritization.
We've got a lot to unpack here.
We do.
And I think I think we've got time to get into a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's take a quick break and we'll come back and we'll dig even deeper.
Sounds good.
So it seems like adaptability is almost like a superpower for project coordinators. You need to be able to roll with the punches and just keep that project moving forward, no matter what obstacles get thrown your way.
Absolutely. And, thinking about all these skills together, it strikes me that these interview answers aren't just about checking boxes. They're really painting a picture of the kind of mindset and attitude that thrives in this role.
You're right. It's not just about knowing the technical aspects of project management.
Yeah.
It's about having the right temperament
Yeah.
and approach to dealing with people and challenges.
Exactly. And that brings me to another interesting point. A lot of the sample answers talk about using project management software like Trello and Asana, but these tools can be used in very different ways depending on the project and the team.
I'm curious about that. Could you elaborate a bit on how these platforms differ and how a project coordinator might choose the best tool for the job?
Sure. So Trello, for example, is known for its visual card-based system.
Okay.
It's great for projects that involve a lot of moving parts and require a clear overview of who's doing what. You can create different boards for different stages of the project and easily move tasks around as they progress.
So it's kind of like a digital whiteboard where you can see the entire project laid out in front of you.
Exactly. Asana, on the other hand, is a bit more robust.
Okay.
It offers more features for task management, collaboration, and communication. You can set deadlines, assign tasks to specific team members, and even have conversations within the platform.
So it's like a centralized hub for all project-related activity.
Precisely. And that's why choosing the right tool is so important.
Right.
A project coordinator needs to consider the specific needs of the project, the team's working style, and the level of complexity involved.
It seems like a good project coordinator needs to be somewhat tech-savvy then,
Yeah.
to be able to navigate these different platforms and make informed decisions about which one to use.
Yes, but it's not about being a coding expert or anything like that. It's more about having a basic understanding of how these tools work and being comfortable experimenting with different features to find what works best for the project at hand.
So it's really about being adaptable, not just to unexpected changes, but also to the different technologies and tools that are constantly evolving in the project management world.
Absolutely. And this brings us back to one of those core skills we were discussing earlier, communication. Because even with all the fancy software in the world, if you can't clearly communicate your ideas, delegate tasks, and keep everyone on the same page,
Yeah.
the project is likely to derail.
Right, because at the end of the day, project coordination is all about working with people.
Yeah,
And people can be unpredictable,
totally.
even with the most well-defined processes and tools in place.
Exactly. And that's where those soft skills really come into play.
Right.
Things like empathy, active listening, and conflict resolution.
Yeah.
They're the glue that holds everything together, especially when things get messy.
It's interesting how these sample answers, which are meant to showcase the candidate's skills, actually give us a glimpse into the bigger picture of what it means to be a project coordinator.
Yeah.
It's not just about ticking off tasks on a list.
Right.
It's about navigating the human element of teamwork.
That's a great observation, and it highlights the importance of those intangible qualities that can't always be captured on a resume.
So for our listener who might be thinking, okay, this all sounds interesting, but how does it apply to me?
Right.
What are some of the key takeaways, even if they're not specifically pursuing a career in project coordination?
I think one of the biggest takeaways is that these skills we've been discussing are valuable in any collaborative setting. Whether you're working on a group project in school, organizing a community event, or even just planning a family vacation,
Yeah.
being able to communicate, Effectively prioritize tasks and adapt to changes will make your life a lot easier.
Oh, absolutely. I'm already thinking about how I can use the Eisenhower matrix to plan my next trip.
It's a game changer, I promise you. But beyond the specific techniques, I think the real takeaway is the importance of developing a project management mindset. It's about thinking ahead, anticipating challenges, and having systems in place to keep things running smoothly.
So it's not just about being organized, it's about having a strategic approach to tackling any kind of project, big or small.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And that kind of strategic thinking is something that can benefit you in all areas of your life, not just in the workplace.
Wow, it's amazing how much we can learn about a job just by dissecting a few interview questions and answers.
Yeah,
We've got a sense of the skills, the mindset, even maybe like the personality traits
right.
that make a successful project coordinator.
And I think what's particularly interesting is that this deep dive has highlighted something that's really crucial. Project coordination isn't just about managing tasks, it's about managing people.
You're right. It's that human element that adds a lot of the complexity and, let's be honest, a lot of the excitement to the role.
Exactly. And when you think about those soft skills we've been talking about, communication, empathy, conflict resolution,
Yeah.
they become even more important when you're leading a team.
Because you're not just dealing with deadlines and deliverables.
Yeah.
You're dealing with different personalities, different work styles, and even moods.
Precisely. And that's why, for anyone considering this kind of role, it's important to think about your own experiences with teamwork and leadership. Have you ever had to motivate a group to achieve a goal? How did you handle disagreements or conflicts?
Right.
Reflecting on those experiences can give you valuable insights into whether this kind of work is a good fit for you.
That's such a good point. It's easy to get caught up in the technical aspects of project management,
Yeah,
but ultimately it's your ability to connect with and lead people that will determine your success.
absolutely. And I think that brings us to a final and perhaps the most important question for our listener to consider.
Okay.
Why do you want to be a project coordinator? What is it about this role that appeals to you?
Right, because it's not just about the skills, it's about the motivation.
Yeah.
What drives you to want to take on this kind of challenge?
Is it the satisfaction of bringing order to chaos? The thrill of seeing a project come together seamlessly? Or maybe it's the sense of accomplishment that comes from helping a team achieve a shared goal.
Those are all fantastic reasons, and I think they speak to the core of what makes project coordination such a rewarding career path.
Because at the end of the day, it's about making a difference not just in the project itself, but in the lives of the people you're working with.
So well said. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the nitty-gritty of project management software to the nuanced art of leadership and communication.
Right.
Hopefully our listener is walking away not just with a better understanding of what it takes to be a project coordinator, but also with a deeper appreciation for the value and impact that this role can have.
And as you continue on your own career journey, whatever path you choose, remember the lessons we've uncovered today. Cultivate those essential skills, embrace the challenges, and never underestimate the power of teamwork and a little bit of strategic planning.
And with that, we'll wrap up this deep dive into the world of project coordination. Best of luck to you in all your future endeavors.